topic of twin flames. And of course, you know, inspired by last night's topic for myself, I find that this is what I desire to discuss this morning at this time. Because what came to mind, which was something that I refused to identify for myself and label it as when I published it with my first book, which is called The Darker Night Light of My Soul, mini love sick mini series, some shit I wrote, or whatever. And here it spoke about, in poetic form of course, love, and just how an encounter that is so surreal to one's own experience, my own, created this madness within me that caused me to, without my realizing during its times of that level of experiencing and thinking, because it has expanded for me. No longer do I see in that same light, you know, the burst of love, gifting flight. In this book, that makes absolutely no sense, which when there are new things that we encounter that words we fail to meet, you know, the words needed to express such an experience or thing that, you know, we're seeing. And so give me a moment because I need to charge this up. Okay, so for me, publishing this book in itself was monumentous for me in terms of just doing it, you know what I mean? Getting past my own blocks and fears and self-sabotage, and just, you know, publishing, never minding, you know, the results of that. It was what was the purpose, and why am I doing this, you know, and understanding that, and just, you know, making myself proud, you know, to have done something. But even in that, my stubbornness, The Darker Night Light of My Soul, available on Amazon, by the way, is, I didn't identify it as that twin flame kind of experience, which in turn it really was, especially when it was being written. It was living through a maddening experience, you know, and then allowing myself, good morning sun, the opportunity to express it in whatever shape, form it decided to express itself in. I've yet to read it all back myself because it's still maddening for me in the terms of, you know, when we put our hearts on display, it's that vulnerability, that's our uncomfortability, that is very difficult to go through. And I know the second part of that mini-series that has yet to be published, the second book is called, you know, it's still The Darker Night Light of My Soul, but the second part is Death Becomes Her. And that was by the time and that book had reached its end, its chapter, I guess, even though it was in poetic, maddening form. It was one of many final deaths, so to speak, which in this second part, it's now kind of like introducing oneself to oneself. After all the madness, and after where love brings her to herself, death becomes her. For all things had to die, that from one experience being perceived brought me alive. Why? You know? And then the labyrinth that we walk in this life that is meant to lead us towards our center, our core, or some center, some core. The shedding of this conditioned skin that I have found myself in, that was not aligned with me, mirroring back to me, you know, the love and acceptance that I need for me, identifying everything else outside of me, but what about myself, you know? And so I just think about, you know, this twin flame, you know, experience that is shared, you know, all over the internet and anywhere you can, if you're, you know, because how I found it was just Googling whatever it was in full description detail that I was seeking, whatever it was that I was experiencing for self, and being led to these different portals of channels that were talking about these kind of things, and I'm like, whoa! Yeah! Holy shit! You know? And like, what's happening here? This is like fucking unreal. Nah, I'm crazy, you know? And going through that part of it, the, you know, questioning everything and still looking, you know, externally, because that is what we do. And just wanting to understand why, you know, and what's going on, and, you know, all these things. And then just, you know, really reading these things, because I don't believe everything that I hear, or I don't even believe everything that I see. As open as I am to a lot of things that are beyond belief, I'm a skeptic. So there's a lot of cross-examinations that are instilled in me that do take place instantly. See, I have to like break down the processes and understand what actually transpires within me, and so that I can break it down to myself in understanding, you know, my root of how it is that I do the things that I do. And so in my even explaining it in these videos, whenever I do, it may appear to be, you know, a lot. It is, but understand it's instant for me. It's just like when you download something onto your phone or computer, the download, it's like instant. my breakdown of it is my understanding of it at this level of time for me and for myself. So even the story, like, of the connection, like, and understanding, like, you know, we gotta understand that, you know, our beliefs and then some of our other beliefs that we tie in with some other beliefs contradict one another, so to speak. So we have to be careful about what it is that we read, believe, and perceive, because sometimes, even though it's similar and like, some of the things that are passed on in knowledge and understanding can you know, cancel out one another, and oblivious to it all we would be, but yet professing these with our words out loud, you know, we gotta think about what it is that we're saying too, because remember, we're listening too. We got ears, boo. So the reason why even just like the twin flame connection resonates with so many is because that is a part of a life experience. Sometimes, you know, there's always going to be a catalyst to some kind of like divine spark of, you know, passion that ignites us at different points in our lives, you know, and to give it a name, or, you know, to understand, let's just think of flames, that burning desire. You know, we have this even in our adolescence, in our youth, like, you know, there's always that crush that we have, you know, from another class, and like, oh my God, or, you know, these passion-fueled, inspired connections that we make throughout our lives. To isolate just one experience, you know, would be to limit ourselves into expansion, you know, and I don't like to do that. I don't like to limit when I'm understanding things as limitless. So how can I even limit one experience? Yes, that can expand. I'm not taking away that either. Like, if it goes in those territories, those lands, then yes, by all means, we are meant to expand. But I'm just saying, to even just limit that, you know, when I started meditating on, you know, just even love is free, love is freeing, love is blind, you know, love with your eyes closed. What is it that you feel? What's really real? Like, when I really started meditating a few years back on this, like, wanting to really, like, just expand and thus understanding, you know, of just even accepting, you know, certain experiences that we have or connections that we made that sometimes don't even go the way that we imagine it or visualize it to be, you know, that can cause, like, you know, upset or, you know, low vibes to creep in too, because we're not getting our way. But really, again, expansion, it's a huge wave. So what it is that I'm trying to say is that there's a flame always. When I started, like, just connecting with people, never mind who they were, never mind where they were from, if they were, you know, an internet kind of troll, or, you know, fishing or anything like that, and just started to just be whatever it was that would transpire from whatever energy that I was receiving, eyes closed. Love's door expanded it removed flesh. It removed flesh from you. Because I don't see you, but yo, I feel you. These connections that I make every single day with people that I don't even see. And that is a spark. That is a flame. That is a love blazing away. You know, we want to call it soul tribes, come alive, connect with the divine, like minds, like, you know, dive in, exploring in every single way. We are twin flames. Because read between the lines, the experience that is surreal, sublime, even if we associate it with an experience that has occurred in our lives, just think about the connecting of these lines, like, you know, that are being magnetized, one flame to another, sparking one another, you know, that is dope. So grateful am I, even if I didn't get my way with any experiences or friendships or connections I have made along the way. Grateful am I for the time and the spark of their flame that ignited my waves in many ways, that has inspired me to expand my mind, my body, my heart, my soul in every single way. Twin flame rain, the spark of the century. It's elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary. For there is a catalyst around for every spark that sets our soul on fire. Living to inspire, to expire our desire in every single way. We are given these opportunities every single day to perceive this gift that is meant to be received. Everything we need, love. 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 When I got the tattoo on my shoulder of love, I had to have it. This was at a different point, different level of understanding in my life that still was inspired and divinely aligned with this aligned. Yes, I sat there and I remember when the guy was doing my tattoo, I'm like, love, I am love. Consciously and yet unconsciously vibrating this seed for myself, that even then, during the time of just putting it into my constant awareness, love, this heart, this symbol, this message that is beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Do I believe in twin flames? I believe we are the flame. Each and every one of us. So does that make it real? Oh, indeed it does. But yes, a moment at work. Rise in our shine. May we remain glorified, dignified, stupefied, magnetized. All that is aligned with our shrine. May it be in love and peace, harmony, strengthening every part of we. fucking dress off and strip you fucking naked and leave you there standing scarred. Releasing every fucking imprisonment and bar that keeps you chained and locked in ways that ain't for your gain. Stay there fucking stark naked